What's up, man? Hey, impromptu video, well, versus like all the professional shit I usually do. But hey, I don't know. It's a fucking Monday night, and a little stupid video. I was looking for a controller because I got the SIO going on the fucking PS1 there, and I want to have like a legit PlayStation 1 original, no fucking sticks on there, nothing like that. Fucking controller going. So I didn't have none downstairs, so I had to go upstairs to the attic. I get up to the attic, I'm like, I found one. I'm like, well, how about I just take the whole box down that this fucking controller's in them? And it's kind of like, it's like a Picos video because I picked all this shit up like, I don't know, let's see, 2020? Let's say 17 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I don't know. But I wasn't doing YouTube, so I was going to do pickup videos, but I was picking shit up. Lots of shit, man. Because shit was all over the place back then. For a good price. So let's see what the fuck's in this fucking box. As like a pickup video. That's not a pickup video because it's a box from the attic of stuff I picked up a long time ago. Anyway, so let's check it out, bro. Let's see how this works out. I don't know. Traditionally, like you know how it is. Totally fucking unprofessional. Okay. There's a Scar Card of Doom in the background there. A little bit of my fucking fat ass. Oh, I forgot to do this. Here's the actual box. Not my balls. I'll get this. There it goes. There's the box. You can see it there. So that's the first box of Doom from the fucking attic of fucking God knows what. Alright, first thing is first. Pull out what we got here. This is gonna be bad. Oh, the wires. Oh my god. The wires can cause a problem. What's the first thing I pulled out? Well, let's see. Dreamcast controller. This is the plug. And here it is. And no idea. Well, it's nice. It's got 6 buttons in the front. Okay. That's a whole lot better for fighting games. That stupid Dreamcast controller before. It's got no analogs. Looks like it's got LEDs. With my glasses on. Because it says something on the front there. It says, is that Pelican? I don't know what the fuck it says. I'm not sure. Oh, but that can't be good. I'm not sure what the hell. Oh, look, I can see right there. Like the screw holes are all broken and pulled in. I don't know. Oh, this trigger is definitely shot. I would say this would be good for building. It's got turbo, clear and start. Must have some kind of programmability. It's got like a dog head on there. And some kind of something. I can't read what it says. I would say this would be the perfect thing to use to build a Dreamcast joystick. Use this as the brains and get a joystick housing and build it and solder it to the button pads with real buttons and stuff. And there's no analog on it. It actually looks pretty cool though. It's comfortable too. It's a shame. It's got a shitty D-pad though. Okay. First victim from the box. This could go, wow, there's a lot of controls in here, man. Well, actually, some things go fast, because this will be a quickie. Model 1 Saturn. The big dog that nobody likes. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's something pretty cool. The Nes Max. I think I paid like $1 for it. I was going to bought it. Oh yeah, here it's got this. So that's Nes Max. Very cheap. Was sitting in some kind of fungal land in some shop somewhere for like nothing. So I bought it. Next, boy, man, these wires are bad. All right, we got a stock Super Nintendo pad. Next. This is Super Nintendo. And this is not stock. This is the gamepad by Performance. Auto switch. 3 face buttons. No left or right triggers, even though they're there. Like, it looks like they're there. They're not. So I guess it's purely for fighting games, I would imagine. D-pad feels okay. This may be the controller that you want to use for Street Fighter on fucking the SNES. I don't know. Because I haven't used it. It smells kind of funky too. The Gamepad 6 is called. The Gamepad 6. And she has seen a rough life. But hey, if you're good, you've seen a rough life. If you're no good, nobody wants you, you have no life. Next. Holy shit. Another SNES controller. This one's clear and fancy. But normal 4 buttons. Alright, triggers on it. D-pad. It's the Pro Pad. The Pro Pad. Look at this. It's clear in the back, clear in the front. Pretty cool. It's got auto fire switches for each button, for each face button. I guess the colors match the buttons. And it's just a little SNES pad. Might be good. I don't know. It just sits in the box right now. Maybe someday it'll be resurrected. I'll tell you what. The plastic on it is mint. Sticker back there. I mean, look, this the paper sticker is like, this thing is in mint condition. So, anybody want it? And there's a switch back there too. Anything I show here is up for grabs because it's been in the attic. So that means I'm not using it. Here's something I remember getting, and I wanted this. I remember buying this because I wanted it. And this is not like a retro. This is something that came out. PlayStation plug. But it's a retro controller from Madcatz. It's like a dual shock, but in the style of a old NES pad. I don't think I liked it. I think that's why it's in the box here. But if you like it, it's got shoulder buttons too. It's got fucking 4 shoulder buttons. So yeah, okay, so it's basically a dual shock, but in the shape of a fucking NES pad. Anybody interested? If not, I don't know. Very low miles. I think I bought this brand new. Not much in here is brand new, but I think that I actually bought. That's why I remember, because I looked for it and I found it. I think I did buy that brand new. Now here is the Ultra Racer, bro. If you're gonna race, this is the ultra way to do it. I know it's got an analog trigger on the back. This has got it for PlayStation. Yeah, it's PlayStation. Made by Performance. Not sure what that company was. Those are analog. See how deep those buttons are? So like the Neo Geo Con. So I guess it's probably Namco had the two controllers, Negcon and the other one with the steering wheel like this. I guess this is a third-party knockoff of the Namco controller. I'll tell you, I mean, it feels low miles. Got some switches on it. Ultra, it definitely feels low miles. I mean, it's clean, and like the stuff in here was never like refurbished. It just was. It was what it was. How about that though? Is that like for like if it was going to be used for an N64 or Dreamcast mold for a different controller? And it just got plugged up when they use it for this one. I don't know. That's, what the hell is that there for? Didn't the N64 have rumble packs? And the Dreamcast definitely has shit plugging into it. So maybe they use this mold for multiple systems. But here's the SNES version. And it's pretty close to brand new. Alright, Quickie 6-button Jenny control. I got a bunch of those. Thank God, because they're great controllers. Here's a quick shot. Let's see what the end on is, because I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Genesis. Alright, so we got a quick shot. And it's got turbos, XY, so it's a 6-button Jenny with some turbo switches on it. D-pad don't feel that good though, I gotta say right there. I'll tell you what though, this feels low miles too though, I'll tell you. Not too shabby. Jenny quick shot, turbo buttons. Could be good for a couple shmups, I guess, that don't have turbo built in. I don't think this would be good for, doesn't feel good for it. Like, doesn't have a good feeling for fighting games. You know what though? Unless I try it with a game, I can't judge it. So the quick shot, professional, for professional players. Genesis, 6-button. This is definitely Dreamcast because I can see the VMU slots in it. And this is. How's that? I forget. I can't see it. It's got a marking on there. There's some other. Maybe I don't know if you can focus on it. What it says there. Maybe you can see it. I can't see the fucking thing. But it's got 6 buttons at least. Which I don't see why the fuck's sake only put 4 buttons. You need 6 on the front for fighting games. And only use 4 for other gears, whatever there. It's got a stick, it's got a D-pad. And interesting. Not bad. That doesn't feel that bad. And the wire comes out the front. Oh my god. So there you go. Dreamcast controller, aftermarket, third party. This seems like it's clean. So it might be a damn good thing. Who knows? The question I have about it is that D-pad, is this digital stick? Who knows? Unfortunately, it's gonna sit in this box. That's one thing I worry about with digital controllers. When they sit in the box and the spring gets stuck for a while in a long position like that. So it's even got dual VMU slots. Some of the aftermarket Dreamcasts don't have that. Next up, these are cool. The one hand controllers. So if you smoke, or I don't know, if you watch those hentai games, I guess you want to jerk off. I don't know. This is the Capcom. No, this ain't one of those one. I thought it was one of those one hand controllers. It's not. It looks like one now. This is one of the Capcom fighter controllers. And this is the Genesis version. The SNES and the Genesis both had them. Capcom made this with 6 phase buttons. What they thought was a good D-pad. And I don't know, man. I don't think they were that great, but if you want to use it for fighting games on the Genesis, there you go. It's made by Capcom. I think I have one of those one-handed controls I was just talking about. If it's not in here, it's because I keep it downstairs where I actually use the controllers. Because to be honest with you, I was using one of those one-handed controllers where it has all the buttons on one side and everything there. And I used the mouse, and I was playing. I had it with an adapter going to the PC, so I could use the mouse for aiming, and then the other buttons and all those shit there for the rest of the buttons, and made it like as a controller, so using a keyboard. Because I've never been a keyboard mouse guy, but the mouse is better for aiming. So it kind of worked out for a little bit. Well, you know what I was using it for? I was using it for was it Ultimate Doom or Violent Doom? That really badass version of Doom that's out there. I was using that one-handed controller on one hand. I had it mapped in with, I'm not sure if I had to use a third-party interface. And then I used the mouse, and man, it was tits. So here's a Jenny controller, Turbo Touch. All right, there's no D-pad there because it senses the electronicals in your fucking fingers. And being that it was 30 years ago, I don't think it sensed that good. I mean, fuck, man. I don't want to play a game on a touchpad, a fucking cell phone now. I know the touch is way better. This has got to be not that good. But, in case you really like this stuff, here's one. You want one? Throw me an offer. I definitely don't want to hold on to that. We got some joysticks here. We got a Fighter Stick SN. Okay, some. Yep, Super Nintendo. Yeah, Super Nintendo. Not a bad looking Fighter Stick. Who made it? ASCII. Alright, so ASCII's got some. ASCII's, they're kind of legit. It's all mush. It's none of those, no real arcade buttons in here. No micro switches. Another control. Another fucking setup. Because these are like a dime a dozen. You can find them all over the place. Another joystick. And this one's for Sega Saturn. And look at this, man. At least you can individually control every goddamn fucking rapid fire button. Is this the, yeah, this is it. This is one. Really check this out. You can actually rotate your buttons. Okay. And to make it more the way you want to have it set up. Although, it's still 4 buttons. So if it's a fighter stick, you want 6 buttons. But, there are people in boardrooms that get something but don't get the whole picture. It's like they understood about being adjustable pitch, but they didn't understand the fact that you needed 6 buttons to have a proper 6-button Saturn controller. And it's got suction cups in the back too. So, spit on that. No micro switches, and it's made by Nyko. Now we got another Dreamcast controller innovation. This is another 6-button variation. I definitely used one of these to build the fucking joystick. But, it don't feel that bad. I like the third party. See, always, you know what? You still got your triggers, but they put the buttons here like Sega should have. And not in a proper direction. I mean, this is a vertical setup. Well, they did a vertical, I guess, to fit it into the same form factor as a Dreamcast controller. In case somebody actually liked the form factor of a Dreamcast controller, even down to the wire out front. I don't know, there's a switch there too, so I don't know, maybe you know what that switch is for. But people were trying. The companies, they tried. They tried. Maybe they thought somebody liked the way the Dreamcast controller felt. Let's fit the buttons in. And they're wrong on all counts. But maybe it has the most ultimate analog joystick that the Dreamcast controller ever had. You never know until you try it. If you want to try it, throw me an offer. I'll stop saying that because I'm not probably the son of this shit. Alright, here we go. Sports controller. Sega Dreamcast. Official. It should be actually sitting somewhere where it's not getting, it's not getting abused. I want to keep it out of circulation, but we got a Nes Advantage. There's the sticker residue from Funko Land, obviously. Wires are intact. Probably looks good. Next. It's a deuce. I did two and one. They're both the same. Sony. PlayStation. Are these? See, what I want. See, DualShock 2. They're both DualShock 2. I want a non-DualShock 2. But I got a bunch of these fucking DualShock 2s. Here's two more. The one I had downstairs before with the button was sticking out. So here's two more to replace those. This is nice. Sega Genesis. 6-button. When I was a kid, I had the 3-button. Finally came across the 6-button. So the 6-button. And here's 3-button. Both Sega OEMs. And I think I got another 3-button somewhere around here. But you know what this best thing this 3-button is for? I'll buy that for $1. What's that video game? Total Carnage or Total Recall or I don't know. Where you run around the rooms and you shoot everybody. The Sega Genesis version supports dual joysticks. So you can fire one direction and move in another. So you use two of these, glue it to a piece of wood or something because you don't want to move it around. And or strap them down, whatever you gotta do. And that game is actually fucking tits. Unfortunately, you can only play one player like that because there's only 2 ports. But it's still a good idea. So you can use 2 joysticks and play that game. Total Carnage, right? I think so. You know the game I'm talking about. All right. Look at this. Holy shit, twins. Twin controllers for the NES, Breakout, Arcanoid. 2 twin Arcanoid controllers. Got 2 of them. That's good. And you know what? I know when I found they were worth nothing. I know I had one, or actually, one of these is original from, let's see, this says NG on it, so no good. And this is, I had one, but I had one from when I was a kid, because I actually had that game originally back in the day with the NES. Good game. The fact they made that controller, fantastic. I think there was some Japanese games that supported that controller, or there was, maybe I'm thinking of that there was a analog controller like that for the Super Famicom that supported a enhanced version of Arcanoid. It could go either way. I forget. Oh, here's the controller I went upstairs to look for. OEM original PlayStation controller with no sticks on it. Because I don't want no analog buttons. I want pure on-off digital buttons. It's the only fucking one I have, believe it or not. And I can't find one original fucking with the sticks, with the not DualShock, so it has all digital buttons. I want all digital buttons. With the sticks, though, would be nice. I honestly don't think I have one. But who knows? But this is what I went upstairs for. I figured I'd treat you guys to the rest of this shit. Okay, we're almost done. We got look at that. For the N64. An aftermarket N64 controller. By Performance. SuperPad 64. So, when all the other... Actually, that feels pretty fucking tight. Can't complain. Is there backup? Alright, we got another stick here, a 4-stick. No, Eclipse stick. Eclipse, it says. This has got like a little screen on there. Slow, which means it rapid fired fucking start. That's a Saturn. That's got another one with no fucking switchy, clicky controllers. It's the Eclipse stick. Patent pending, made in China by Interact. Who knows? Feels pretty heavy. Better than nothing, I guess. Unless you want to buy it, then you can have it, and I'll have nothing. And then here's the Gamepad 6 for the Super Nintendo. Okay, we got auto switch. So apparently either every button is auto fire or none of them are. And no triggers. I guess for fighting, you know, another SNES fighting pad. And actually, this doesn't feel that bad. So if I was gonna go back and play Street Fighter on my fucking SNES, this might be what I want to use, or it might be what you want to use. Last 2 things in here, 2 fucking Wii condoms, and that's it, people. Well, that was an exploration into the past of which I found for dirt cheap, and still sitting around now. Some odd, some not. I have better stuff up there, some really odd shit. But this was just a box, I guess, of controllers. And have a good night, man. Yeah, have a night. You motherfuckers. Later, people.